Merry Christmas, Raider Nation. What's up? It's your boy Mojo coming to you with a Christmas Eve edition of Mojo's Podshow and a victory week. We got that dub. We're going to talk about our beer. My buddy Justin down the street from my beer place, he turned me on to a really good IPA. Sue me. I live in Southern California. I'm an IPA guy. And I'm going to be doing a lot of IPA tasting. We're going to talk about a Chargers win. We're going to talk about a Donkeys game coming up. And we're going to talk about our playoff picture. We actually got a chance. I'm sure everybody's seen it online, but we're going to discuss it today. And if last but not least, I got a couple phone calls, and I'm going to take them. I appreciate you guys calling in this week. And I would appreciate it if you watching the YouTube channel, listening to the podcast version on the Murf's Fan Cave, Mojo's Podshow, would not only like and subscribe and click that bell, but call the number 619-736-5813. Call me, Raider Nation. Let's talk about it. We got a lot coming up, man. Without further ado, let's get into this beer segment. It's about that time. Wouldn't you agree? It's Christmas Eve. Get started early, I guess. All right. Today's beer is a Boat Shoes Hazy IPA from Karl Strauss. Now, I know this isn't a Christmas beer. I sampled that last week, and you know what? Sorry, it's just not my favorite. Not a Christmas guy. I'm a Christmas guy, not a Christmas beer guy. So we're going to do Boat Shoes Hazy IPA. Let's talk a little bit about the beer. Let's talk a little bit about the brewery. So Karl Strauss is a staple brewery here in San Diego. One of the originals. So in the 1980s, the mid-80s, a guy named Chris Kramer and Matt Ratner, they were two college buddies, and Chris went to like a backpacking trip to Australia, and he found a brew pub. When he found a brew pub, he fell in love with it, and it's kind of what you see today, and in any major city in America that has brew pubs or microbrews, tasting rooms and stuff like that. But it was before it was really popular here. So he found it, fell in love with it, and said he was going to bring it back to San Diego. And Chris happened to have a cousin named Karl Strauss, who was also a master brewer. So February 2nd, 1989, Karl Strauss Brewing officially opened its doors downtown San Diego, and that's what really kicked off the whole city's craft beer industry, which is huge now. You can't swing a dead cat in San Diego County without hitting a microbrew or even a larger brewery around here. So that's that. Let's talk about this 7.2 Hazy IPA. It's got a ton of hops in it, man. We got Pacifico, we got Simcoe, we got Mosaic, we got Pecco, and we got Galaxy. That's hop. That's hopping. I thought this was interesting, and I'd like to share it with you. This is what, if you buy a 6-pack, 12-pack, whatever you're going to get, this is what it says on the container. Boat shoes are much more than footwear. They're a state of mind. They say to those around you, hey, I'm practical, but I'm also stylish. I may or may not actually own a boat, but I definitely care about the finer things in life. Like weekend jaunts on the coast, salty ocean breezes, and hazy India pale ales. That's poetry. Cheers, Raider Nation. 7.2 Karl Strauss Boat Shoes Hazy. Oh, man. It tastes like, oh man, I could drink 150 of these things. It tastes like, oh man, you don't get all that hop either. I get a lot of like a mellow grapefruit taste. This might be my new go-to. Delicious beer. I'm a little stuffed up today, man. I'm not getting great, any kind of real powerful smells, but I am getting one hell of a taste off this thing, man. Very good. I totally recommend this 7.2 Hazy IPA from San Diego's godfather of microbrews, Karl Strauss Brewing, down in North Park, over there by that taco shop, man. They got a great taco shop down there, man. You can get in a wrestling ring. Everybody's got luchador mask on. It's called Lucha Libre. They got one in Petco Park. Let me get another sip of this. Oh man, I don't even want to go to the next segment because the beer's so damn good. But we'll let Mad Max take us in. Onward.
What's up, y'all? This is the Condor, Max Crosby. You're listening to Mojo's Pod Show. Just win, baby. Shout out to you, man.
So we got something fun to talk about this week. You can see I'm already in a good mood compared to last week. I had a rough. I want to apologize to you guys. I had a rough shoot last week, man. I didn't do well. I was really deflated the way that we went out in Oakland. But our last home game of the year happened on Sunday when we beat the Dischargers 24-17 and blacked out that stadium. Here's a beautiful thing about it. The Raiders scored 10 points in the second half, man, and it wasn't garbage time scores. They kept up with them. They did great. I'm not going to say I'm wrong about DC. I'm not going to say that I'm backing up or whatever. Here's what I am going to say. He had a great game. He had a really good game. Let's not call it great, right? You could tell he was happy to have Renfro back out there, and what that team was able to accomplish offensively with the holes and the people that weren't able to play last week was incredible. Really proud of the way they played. Renfro, man, DC hit him, and it was a 56-yard touchdown. That was great. And Will Compton, man, the guy that we picked up, he was doing a podcast in the Northeast, and we picked this dude up, and now we gave him the green dot. He's holding down the middle linebacker spot. He's our Mike last week, and he killed it, man. He had 10 tackles. Clelin Ferrell also got a sack, which was good. Clee and Max and the rest of the guys up front, including Hankins, those guys did more than what you're going to see on a stat sheet. There was a lot of tackles for loss. There was a lot of pressure on Rivers. It was just good to see. I love it when we beat the Chargers. I don't think I hate a team more than I do the Chargers just because of history and being here in San Diego. But it was great, man. Here's another thing that was really great. I looked at the stats. So the defense held Gordon and Eckler combined for 26 rushing yards. That is incredible. You gave up 26 yards on the ground against a professional football team. That's great. And, our defense does have some upside, man. The young guys, Abrams coming back. We got draft picks coming up. I'm excited. I'm excited to see what happens on the defensive side of the ball. I don't know if Gunther's the guy. We'll see what happens. I feel personally that Gruden's going to stick with him. I really do. But we'll see. It'd be fun to see Ron Rivera, in silver and black. That'd be pretty cool. Trayvon Mullen, man. Yeah, he took two pretty good hits, man. It was a slobber knocker for that dude, man. Like 2 times his head jerked back, man. Last one, Curtis Riley, everybody's favorite. Looked like he really got hurt. But the good thing is he did fly back with the team, and I'm hearing reports this morning that there's a good chance that he's going to get there's a chance he's going to be able to play this weekend. The offense looked energized. They looked energized by the crowd, the all Raiders crowd in Los Angeles. They really looked energized to have Lil Renfro back. Us at the bar, and I'm sure a lot of you guys do too. We call him Third and Renfro. But I did want to bring up, before we close out our Chargers segment, I want to bring up my girl, So Petty Crocker. So if you were watching the game on TV, man, you saw So Petty right here, man. You saw her. She was the Raiders fan that was in the – it looked like she did this on purpose because everybody around her was in their blue Charger crap. They were all bolted up, right? Bolted up. But she was living the dream, bro. She was up there like nobody. She didn't give a shit, man. She was dancing, freaking representing Raider Nation. Obviously wearing her Max Crosby Condor jersey. I'm a fan of that. And she's a hell of a follow on Twitter too, man. This girl is also a retired Navy vet. Something that's very near and dear to my heart. I'll be there in a couple years after my service is up. And she is diehard Raiders. She's from the Bay Area. And like I said, she's a great Twitter follow. Check her out at So Petty Crocker on Twitter, and you will not be disappointed. So Petty Crocker, hey, lady, salute to you. You ever in San Diego, come by me and the old lady will we'll cook something good for you, man. We Navy, you Navy and you Raider Nation, man, you just get an open invite to our crib. So thanks for holding it down. All right, man, so let's roll into the Denver Donkeys. Denver Donkeys. It's a must win, like I say every week. The Donkeys are favored by 3.5 points by Vegas. They're 6-9 on the year. 27-17 over the Lions last week. They got that dub. Our all-time record against the Donkeys is 64 wins, 53 losses, and 2 ties. Going back to last Christmas Eve, we're on a 2-game win streak versus the Donkeys. Some news with the Donks. Drew Lock is he got the start, so he's a rookie quarterback. They drafted him. He's got 6 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and he's led them to a 3-win, 1-loss record ever since he took over on December 1st. Phillip Lindsay, he's 50 yards shy of 1,000 yards, and Cortland Sutton, who names their kid Cortland if it's a boy? Cortland Sutton is a 1,000-yard receiver already. Von Miller has 7 sacks on the year. I think he's going to be a Raider next year. At me. The whole team has 38 sacks on the year. I think that they have one legit running back option. They have one legit wide receiver. And I think that we should be able to scheme and win this game. I think a scheme can win the game. Let's talk about playoffs. Oh, well, first off, hey, man, it's the only thing that we can that's the only thing that we can control with our playoff scenario thing, right? The only thing that we can control is beating the Donkeys in Denver. It's going to be a little chilly. There's all the, car can't play and cold weather stuff, all that. But it's all we can control, and that's all we need to be worried about. Now, if you were a betting man, you want to do a parlay, I'll tell you what you need to do. We have a 12.5% chance of making the playoffs, which is 11.5% better than it was last week. So in order for us to make the playoffs, the Colts have to beat the Jags in Jax, and the Colts are favored by 3.5. The Texans have to beat the Titans in Houston, and the Titans are favored by 4.5. The Ravens have to beat the Steelers in Baltimore, and they are favored by 2.5, even though they're going to sit multiple players, including Lamar Jackson. So the Texans can clinch the number 3 seed with a win and a Chiefs loss. I don't see the Chiefs losing to the Bolt-Ups, to the Dischargers. But that does mean they're probably going to go for it. I think that game is going to be balls to the wall. I think the Texans and the Titans are going to battle it out on Sunday or Saturday. I don't know. But I do think that the Ravens do have a chance to beat the Steelers. But I'm not too worried about it, man. It kind of is what it is. I'm just really excited that it's week 17, and I'm a Raiders fan, and you're a Raiders fan, maybe. And we're excited about the last game of the season. When's the last time, man? It's been a while. I'll tell you what, 2016, we didn't give a crap about the last game of the season. Last game of the season was the game after Derek Carr broke his leg. So, yeah, don't tell me that, man. We actually have a chance to get into the playoffs, and it's week 17. That's pretty cool. We got a lot of off-season stuff to talk about, but we're not going to talk about that until it is the off-season.
Dale D'Antoni, Wings of America. Shout out to Joe. All right. And, shout out to the YouTube channel out there. All right. Riff Raff, Dale D'Antoni, Neon Icon. And you're watching MOJOE'S PodShow. If you could leave a voicemail at 619-736-5813. Dale D'Antoni wish you many monies for many moons. Moons.
Many monies for many moons. All right. I got one from DG. Returning callers. I think this is the first time I've had a guy that called more than once. Let's hear DG.
Hey, Mojo. I don't know if you saw this, but Richard Sherman just pulled out the Just Win Baby at his press conference. What type of scrub pulls out something from the team across the bay? No respect.
DG, I'm going to agree with you, dog. That is disrespectful. It's disrespect. You know, Tom Brady did it earlier this year too, man. It's just disrespectful. Richard Sherman, man, why are you pulling that out, bro? Like, yeah, and you're right. On the other side of the bay, this dude plays for the Niners, man. How dare you? You know, another thing that kind of chaps my ass, and I love him. Trust me, I love this guy to death. But another thing, I mentioned the Tom Brady thing, don't love him. The other thing is I saw that Beast Mode's going to play like a playoff game maybe with Seattle. Maybe he'll play on Sunday against Frisco. I like calling Frisco. They hate that. Hey, if you're from San Francisco, do you hate it when I say Frisco or San Fran Frisco or Fran San Cisco? Do you hate that? I hope so. Because I say it all the time, man. Yeah, DG. Richard Sherman. Onward. New caller. I don't know who this is.
What's going on, Mojo? It's Mike. I'm from Charlotte. I just wanted to call in. I just wanted to let you know there's two guys that I'm really interested in taking a look at today, and that would be really, the last 2 weeks of the season. It'd be Jalen Richard and DeAndre Washington. I would say this is probably their audition for that last other spot. I figure they're going to go after somebody in the draft or free agency, but we know Gruden loves Richard. But, Washington's been getting a lot of carries, so just two guys I definitely want to keep an eye out on. Love the show. Appreciate you letting me call in, and just win, baby. Go Raiders. Just win, baby.
Thanks, Mike from Charlotte. Yo, man, that's my hometown, bro. Well, not really. I'm just a little further north. I'm from a little town called Locust, North Carolina. Sometimes my boy Dugan Fife calls in from Locust, man, L-Town. So, yeah, man, thanks for calling, homeboy. Like, for real, my homeboy. Yeah, dude, I think Q said it best this week. He was talking about that same thing, about these backs, right? I don't know if you guys listen to Q on the Locked On Raiders podcast. It's great. It's good radio. He puts out content every single day, weekday, and it's money. I love listening to that guy, and mad respect. I don't know how he does it. So, yeah, Jalen Richard is fumble happy, in my opinion. He didn't have a bad game last week, but DeAndre Washington has had two really good games this year. I would be surprised if Jalen Richard came back, just based on what Gruden's going to be able to see on tape with live football. But DeAndre Washington is, I think he still has upside. He's still a young dude. I would love to see DeAndre Washington back. I think what we're really missing though is like a LeGarrette Blount type back that will complement Jacobs and Washington, right? So Washington's your typical scat back. I think Jacobs can do it all. He's a magical player. He's a LaDainian Tomlinson type back. But I think what we need is that guy that can run through a freaking brick wall. And it would be interesting to see us do that in a draft or free agency. So once again, Mike, man, thank you for calling. It really did my heart good that I had somebody from Charlotte, man, the Queen City, hit me up. There ain't a whole lot of Raider fans out there, my brother. All right. Merry Christmas, everybody. I'm going to call this to an end. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Can't wait to get some feedback. Make sure you check out onenationfanwear.com. Get all your swag from my boy Just Win Johnny. He's got the best gear. Listen to Murf, Mosh, and Swaggy J. And the rest of the made men like Aaron the Q-Dog Raider, Big Raider Trucker, Raider Ramon, Paul Egerton from Shropshire, Mississippi. I had to give you a shout out. Raider Born Rico, the most suave dude on Raiders podcast world. I need you to call the show. Rico, call my show, all right? Raiders Fan Radio, check them out. OneNationFanwear.com, check them out. Call the number, 619-736-5813. Subscribe to the YouTube. Click that bell. And please, Raider Nation, give me some feedback. Please call. Interact with me. We'll have a show next Tuesday as well. Looking forward to a good playoff edition of the Mojo Pod Show. Maybe, maybe not. Only time will tell. But until then, Raider Nation, Merry Christmas. May all your Christmas wishes come true. And like always, just win, baby. Mojo out.